Kavan, Scott, and Ario and Dio conclude the first phase of the High Republic as Keeve, Trennis, and Avar Chris race to save what is left of the crashing Starlight Beacon, while also evading the mysterious evil creatures that have been sent after them by the Nihil. Kavan Scott finishes up what is now being called Phase 1 of the High Republic with a big action set piece fitting for a Star Wars book. The ending was a fittingly dour ending as well, being that it's pretty much the first act of this huge story Scott and the other writers are telling, and Scott did some fantastic work teasing us with the identity of whatever the creatures that are attacking the Jedi are, diving a little bit into cosmic horror for the reveal of the creature before returning to the more traditional Star Wars heroics, with our heroes putting others before themselves and trying to stop an unstoppable catastrophe. I'm really looking forward to seeing where he takes these characters next, especially after all of the growth, especially from Keeve Trennis has had throughout this series and the few novels she's appeared in. So I'm looking forward to her taking up more of a main character role in the next phase going forward. Ario and Dio finishes up his run on the book with some grand cinematic action artwork, and like how Kavan taps into cosmic horror at the beginning, so does Ario's artwork, depicting the creature attacking the Jedi in a great, terrifying way. I loved also how many moments in this issue were the quote-unquote poster moments, like the splash page of Maru holding up the entire beacon with the Force, or Sskeer facing down the monsters alone. All of those feats are stuff I love seeing Jedi do, and they were just depicted in really great cinematic ways. The High Republic issue 15 was a fantastic ending to the first act of Kavan Scott's story, finishing up with some big action-packed set pieces that set up some interesting key plot points going forward in the next set of comics and novels. I'm going to give this issue a 9 out of 10. The High Republic issue 15 finds Keeve Trennis once again under the influence of the visions she had back on Axis, feeling the emptiness and fear wash over her as she sees monstrous creatures attack her. She knows that this time there is one difference, since before there was only one of them feeding on her. Now it feels like there is a legion of them, feeding on her, Avar, and Nurin. The monstrous visions are cut in half by Sskeer as Keeve feels pain from the lightsaber, knowing that she needs to stop. Sskeer tells Keeve to move and that they don't have time for this, having scared off whatever was affecting her, but they will be back. Avar knows that Sskeer is right and they need to get to the hub and stop Starlight from drifting into the planet's atmosphere. She assures Keeve that the Force spared her, but Nurin wasn't so lucky, having turned the woman to stone. Sskeer tells his former apprentice that Nurin is one with the Force now, but Keeve is alive and well, so they need to move while he holds them back. Keeve refuses to leave him behind, but the Trandoshan says that this is it for him and the reason the Force blessed him with his condition, but he knows that this isn't the end and they will see each other again. He tells his teary-eyed apprentice to go as he ignites his lightsaber, tapping into the rage his condition brings upon him to face down the monsters, knowing the Force is with him now and forever. On the Atraxia, Monchi calls Orbalan, telling the archivist that all the staff and citizens are aboard the ship, wanting the boarding tube retracted so they can escape. Orbalan can't believe what they are seeing as the station begins breaking in two, knowing that there is something they can do as he brings the boarding tube back on and activates the tractor beams from the ship. Monchi soon finds some Nihil survived, protecting the people from the pirates as Orbalan tells him that he can use Atraxia's tractor beams to stabilize the beacon's superstructure. Pilot however finds he's too late as suddenly Lorna D shoots him in the head, killing him. As she wonders if Machion Ro was behind the attack, wondering if he's finally surpassed his father. She knows that she should send the station on its way and deliver a killing blow to the Jedi, but wonders if Ro would thank her for that or stick a vibro knife in her back when she wasn't looking. She clearly knows the answer to that question, taking control of the Atraxia and blasting off as Monchi continues to try and get a hold of the now dead Orbalan. Keeve and Avar meanwhile almost reach the hub, wondering how the beacon is even staying together since the gravitational forces of the planet should be ripping it apart. Avar soon gets her answer, saying the gravitational forces have nothing on the living Force and those who wield it, as they find that Maru is alive and using the Force to hold the entire beacon together. He tells the Jedi to escape immediately since everyone else is off the spire and they are safe. Keeve finds KC telling her that Terek and Seret are still in the healing chambers though. Avar tells her to go and help them to safety as she joins Maru, joining her Force with his to help hold the beacon together. As Keeve rushes off to help her friends, she begins hearing the song of every Jedi still alive on the station, finding ones she knows and some she doesn't, but she finds they fill each other with hope, purpose and strength. However, she still finds out the voices she is hearing reminds her that every Jedi that she can sense within the song are already gone and ones with the Force. Reaching the healing chamber, Keeve begins to get Tarek and Seret out of the area and towards the escape pods, but the wall is blown out by the vacuum of space, almost taking Keeve with it. The beacon hits the upper atmosphere and Keeve is thrown out of the hole, but is suddenly stopped midair by the alive Tarek and Seret, who pull the Jedi to safety, knowing none of them will die today. Keeve thinks that it's too late as Avar finds the song has been broken, but Maru knows it served its purpose and she must leave now. Avar refuses to leave without her friend, wanting to take his place as Maru knows that she'll always be their shining light, but that light must be protected. He gets Casey to push the Jedi Marshal into a nearby escape pod, sealing the pod as Maru tells Avar that the Force will always be with her. The escape pod blasts away from the Starlight Beacon and Maru slams into the planet along with the fiery wreck. As the beacon rains down on the planet, Keeve knows that she'll never forget the first time she met Avar Kriss, since how could she, since she was the hero of Hetzal and she was glorious and was the best of the best. Avar's pod crashes down on the planet as the fiery wreckage of the beacon rains down around them. Keeve, Seret and Tarek soon find Avar, telling her that the beacon is now gone. Avar knows that Maru saved her as she breaks down in Keeve's arms, as the young Jedi knows that she'll have to step up now and be strong enough to find out what happened to the beacon and what the monsters that attacked her were. But she's not doing it for Avar or for Sskeer or even for herself, but the need to know for those who trusted them and those they protect for the light and the life.